me I'm not gonna like it. I'm not pressing harder, stop that noise. Yeah, it'd be too dangerous to press this too much, I better ignore it for now. So what happened next? He took one sip and bleh. Oh no! He died. He took just one sip. You young'uns, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup and then died. Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. So it was an immediate death? Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without as much as a twitch. I felt the Jabachino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress? I presume she is... Well, it seems he only saw her from behind. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear it, just such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things I recognize about her too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim, an innocent waitress. Well, what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Godot, these other features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron's straps were loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? As if I wouldn't remember that. The witness noticed the straps of the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the colour of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps, ask about her back. About her back? I don't know, like asking about her back just seems a bit weird. But yeah, sure, I guess. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what, you wouldn't see her face? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Huh. He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. Hahaha, he does throw seeds. What a dick. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Oh, we're exposing this old man's dirty little secrets. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observe from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll be even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. You lie. Even you would notice this. Yeah. Small pockets and a big stain. Or big stains. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like, just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that, Well, you half-witted clot. Jesus. Oh, look at that smile. So I called you out. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. I was waiting for him to start throwing more seeds. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this. Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Woohoo! Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Godot. The fate of the defendant may rest upon what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Yeah, I'd probably go with that too. Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Godot. Tell us what you remember about the victim. Bloody hell. I'm starting to, think, maybe I shouldn't have started recording this at this time. It's nearly 4 AM, and I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. Or more so, yesterday morning, because I went to sleep at about 6 o'clock, and I woke up at just before, I think it was 9:30. So, yeah, I'm pretty damn tired. I'll be able to record a session of this, I think. It's just, with it being a very text-heavy game, and there's a lot of reading, it's really hard to just not, drone on and then start to fall asleep. About the victim. Yeah, if I drone on for much longer, I'll end up just passing out. He was another of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. No, it was a... Oh god, what's it called? Is it Scouter? I'm trying to think what it's called in Dragon Ball Z. I think it's a Scouter, something like that. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Then the servant girl in question brought over the Giavaccino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Hold up. Wait, he was holding the paper in his right. His free hand would have been his left. Interesting. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Yeah, I think I know where to catch him out. Or where I have caught him out. Because if I go over to the coffee, picked it up with his free hand, but you wouldn't be able to drink with your left hand unless you, held it backwards. In which case you'd probably be more likely to give yourself third-degree burns than you would to actually drink from it. So yeah, he used his right hand with it. Okay. I don't want to present it. I do want to press all of his dialogue, though. Hold it! The spectacles? Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of scouter over his left eye. I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some, and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. We've got to come up with something sharp, and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand. Yeah, okay, so that's where you do catch him out. Alright. The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it? That young hooligan. I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I needed to find out if Gutzon Braun retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so badly, why didn't you buy your own? What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you judge me? As for getting hit by seeds. Goodson Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. Right, so the young man was listening to the wireless. To the wireless. The wireless? The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Oh boy. I'm using an earpiece. It's selfish. That's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? What are you looking at me like that for, How dare you feel sorry for me? It's just twice we've been assaulted. Oh no, 3 times we've been assaulted. Then the servant girl brought... servant girl in question brought over the Giorgino. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or from behind? My eyes don't tell a lie. Better not push it until I have some hard evidence. Yeah, he just keeps attacking me. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. You lie! Oh, Mr. Kudo. Tut tut tut. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing your the credibility of your memory. I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this, kindergarten? Also, I thought it was kindergarten, not kindergarten. But whatever. But I'd like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used. Correct. Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yeah. There's a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kodo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from and... Wait! You think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup, I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony. That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's not that dead young hotbot, and you spiky head yahoo, who are at fault. Oh, he's on about Godot. Who, me? Thank you, old man. We've had quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I gotta say. Jesus. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Godot. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. As he's eating the seeds. Left hand or right hand? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same time as the green lens of his specs. So it was. I knew it. Because they said it was, he had his eardrum ruptured on the left side of his head. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. So everything was on his left hand side. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Left hand or right? I mean, I could just press, but I think I can just present on any of these. We don't actually have, like, the medicine, so... Yeah, I suppose I'll just have to try to do that. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Godot, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim. Again? What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong, it was his left end, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Godot. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon. Pretty pigeon. Oh, that must be the pigeon song. Oh my. Okay. So this witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. You're full of shit. Well, Mr. Godot. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down, I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions. After one sip he died. But the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up his coffee is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stands. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poison coffee. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory was credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by the witness is useless. Oof. Jesus. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey. I'm sorry, Mr. Godot. You can't reach me from there. He was just throwing seeds at the stand. Oh man. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Oh my god, he really wants to continue. Leave you, Mr. Godot. Thanks to that that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Godot, but there's nothing I can do. I kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. I love when this music just kicks up. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the coffee you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Godot is still a man. What? That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet, much, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening. You better get ready, youngster. Now I get the picture, just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? You've got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. That's a great way of breaking the fourth wall. The final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Giovacchino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase, he knocked it right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turning things upside down, Wait, really? Right. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man. No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Godot. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bad brain, that's what... That's why all you can... Wait. That's why that's all you can think of. I'm really bad at reading. Very well. Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. You got it, Judge. Well, let's do this. Right, so what we're doing? That's all I want to stress, this might be nothing. Not too sure myself. I knocked over a vase. Did he? That's a flop line. Check the photo! Oh god, I feel really bad for Kudo, because he keeps pointing things out that just aren't true. It's intact here, I'm sorry. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Would you care to take a look at the table? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Uh-huh. What's your tongue, Grandad? I'm not Grandad of yours, hopscotch. Jesus. Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something. Again. Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. Oh, well, you see... It startled me when that young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table. Yes, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Lovely! Ah, my goodness. Alright, cool. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question, now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, I remember something else. Oh my god, stop this man. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me. There he goes. Holy balls. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear out of which he couldn't hear. Oh, Nick, you did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Jackie, Your Honor. The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use, so he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then. Mr. Wright, there are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. Is this one of those poems again? Or haikus? I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? Wait, why do we get all 3? That is all, the court is adjourned. I'm confused. To be continued. Ooh-wee. Ba-dum-bum. Save, yes. Wait, what? Oh, whoops. Right, it's only been an hour, so let's hope the investigation's not really that long. We'll see, though. So, how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? Got a bit crazy in there, I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictions. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah. We gotta find one for Maggie, or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty. Alright, let's talk. Bum 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 bum. What to do? Well, I'm officially at a loss as to where to start. Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first. I guess we should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use. Yeah, that's true. And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. Somehow I think the key to this case has got to be at Tribulations. Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, we should drop in on Maggie and see how she's doing too. Okay. Wait, what is this apology anyway? Oh, there we go. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Oh. Any ideas? Any ideas? So, anything on your mind? Actually, there is something. Okay. I was wondering about... Oh. Phoenix. Phony Nick. You know, like what he's like and stuff. Oh yeah! I almost forgot about that guy. I had to beat you so hard it'll feel like yous were smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright? You saying you Phoenix Wright? Cause I'm Phoenix Wright. The one and only. Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger. Ah, you did? What did you find out? Oh yeah, Maya was working at the restaurant when I ran into... Don... Phonione? Let's just say he was such a terrible version of me that I wanted to sue for defamation. What's that guy's story anyway? What does he have to gain by impersonating me? Yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like, why is he intimidating? Impersonating? Phoenix? Like, it makes no sense. Like, yeah, Phoenix has a reputation, but even still. It's just strange. Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. You think? Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Calling the officers to the briefing, quick. Can't you shut down the station's server? Chief, quit playing on the internet. Or my email pen pal. Wait. It's like leaked princess. Save it for later, I'm turning it off now. No! Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? Keeping busy, more like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. This is just making me realize that this investigation might be a long one. Detention center. I guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Oh, so we're done here too? Oh my god. Okay, we'll just go straight in. I suppose. It's my only option. Oi, oi, oi. Empty as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it, come on, come on, come on! Hey, that sounds like... Gumshoe! No, just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. He's getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a rip-off. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just... laughing. Just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio? Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? You're a man of expensive tastes, I suppose. Oi, oi. So today's trial? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal? You really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why, of all days, didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it, for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? What do you prefer, crumbly, like... aged parmesan? Or parmesan? Oh no, it is parmesan. What am I on about? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean? Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that. Oh no! No! Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall. Oh man. Poor Gumshoe. He's okay now. The lunch special. So, did you like the twin tea set? I never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. So, how did it taste? Terrible. Well, for $20, I guess, I don't know how to describe it. Really, it was... delicate. Delicate. That's a really weird, like, swallowing sound. Oh. You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? It looks like he's thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. I just got it right now. Bad. That's it, it tasted bad. Kinda hard to admit it to yourself when you pay $20 though, pal. Maybe you should have found out about the price after he had finished eating. Yeah. Maybe that's why Glenn Elg came here. Maybe he heard about the famous twin tea set. Glenn Elg, the victim, huh? Which reminds me, we still hardly know anything about the guy. Why don't we ask Gumshoe what he knows? Seeing as he's here. True. The radio. So, what were you all excited about earlier? Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something? Oh, that! That was nothing. I wasn't excited. He wanted an 8 to get $5. Go on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing really. It was just, the Daily Exercise Show. Oh my god, even he gets a psych lock. Oh wow, really? What the, a psych lock? This lunch special's lobster is great. Why are there tears in your eyes? Great. I guess my only option... It's the Magatama. Oh, I am gonna break this lock right on open. So, the radio. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... this. Bum bum bum. I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you tried to win big, just like Glenn Elg did. It's... so you can see right through me. Huh? I've cracked him already. That's why I said it was nothing. What is the point? He was like, oh no! Even Gumshoe's Cyclops are also crappy. Oh, poor guy. The radio! I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone and the lottery? So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk. When they read those results on the radio, it really gets your heart pumping. You know they broadcast it live when they're picking the numbers. It's intense, pal. I bet that's what Glenn was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire radio flyer. Okay. Millionaire radio. That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick. Then buy a ticket, Maya. With your own money. Right, and the last thing to do, I think, at least for the time being, is this. I want to know more. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? He wasn't a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? I guess. He doesn't even say guess. Oh, I know. So have you paid a visit to where Elg worked yet? You might as well. His workplace? Where's that? A computer firm called